Okay, so hello, my name is Noah Kim. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of sPark.
Hi, I'm Daniel Hussein. I'm the Chief Financial Officer.
Hi, my name is Noah Cordy. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer.
My name is Cody Brossett. I'm the Chief Development Officer and we are sPark and it's our 2018 MVP pitch.
Now, before we go on to the problem, I want to ask you a question. You visit the mall often?
Yes.
Have you had a problem with parking before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, now on to the problem. Mall parking. Stressful and tedious. That's the simplest way to put it. People have to circle the parking lot many times before they find a parking spot. It's a waste of time, it's a waste of gas, it's a problem that should not exist. So we sent out a problem survey to people that we know and asked them to share it to others also. So first we had people rank the level of frustration they feel with parking on a 1 through 5 scale. And many people agreed on a 3 and a 4, and some also agreed on a 5, which is stressful. And then we had people specifically mention what problems they had with parking, and the consensus was it's a waste of time, it's a waste of gas, and having to walk from far parking spots. And then 75% of the people agreed that it's time consuming to find a parking spot on certain days, like the weekends, like the holidays, and then 20% agreed that it's always time consuming. And 50% agreed that they have to circle the parking lots many times on any given day, and 42% agreed that they occasionally have to circle parking lots to try and find a parking spot. So we got 84 responses on our problem survey. We have 72 views on our commercial, which we'll show you shortly, and we have 6 subscriptions on our landing page that we made recently.
So as mentioned before, if you can actually pull up the video for us. So this will be a video introducing our idea to you.
We are sPark. Let us explain how we will enhance your shopping experience and save you time, distance, and gas. We've all circled a parking lot before in a congested parking lot and stressed ourselves waiting for a single open spot. This problem must go on no more. After extensive research into this tedious problem, a solution sparked in our heads. Meet sPark, the new, innovative, efficient, fast way to park your car in a packed lot. First step, download the app from the App Store. Then, sign into the application. From then, find one of our front premier reserved parking spots on the application's map. Simply reserve the spot you want, drive in, and now that spot is yours. Enjoy your shopping experience. No more worrying about circling the parking lot, wasting time and stress over parking. Once you're done shopping, simply drive out and your spot is now open again for others. Thanks, Mark.
Okay, so that was a brief introduction of what our idea actually is. So you can go back to the
Make sure the video doesn't play background.
So that was our idea. So essentially what sPark is this. So users can simply click on one of our front spots that we'll have at a mall. So we'll have malls specifically state a parking lot area just for us. And users can click on one of the spots, they'll pay a small fee, and it's reserved for them, they drive in and park. It's as simple as that. So it's very simple, yet systematically fast and efficient. So our motto at sPark here is your time matters. So we want individuals to come in and out of the mall as fast as they can, as fast as they want. So that is our motto, and that's how we're going to do it. So the benefits to malls. So one, it's actually going to be customer satisfaction. So we're going to allow customers to have a great shopping experience. When customers enter the mall, parking is the first thing that they see. So when these customers have a great experience parking, that not only benefits their experience, but the mall as well, which leads to, secondly, customer draw. So especially in recent trends, we see a lot of online shopping taking place, whether it's on Amazon, eBay, or just online shopping in general. So by having sPark in these specific malls, we allow customers to come back and have a renewed shopping experience, which will then lead to 3, revenue growth. So not only would we be making money as a business, but also Woodfield Mall would be making business as well, which we'll talk about later. And ultimately 4, there's a very low maintenance cost for the malls themselves. So all we need to do for the malls is have them put our sign there, and we'll do the rest for them. So this is just a screenshot of our landing page that we made recently. This is our website introducing our business idea to all the potential customers. So as stated before, as you saw in the Powtoon video as well, we had Woodfield Mall in there. So the reason why we had Woodfield Mall in there is that because we met the general manager, Kurt Webb, who's the very tall individual on the left, and we met with him and discussed our idea to him as well. And what he said was that he sees the problem of parking every day at the mall. He states that there's 10,000 parking spaces at Woodfield Mall alone, and that there's so much traffic and it needs to be solved. So when we talked to him about our idea, he really liked our idea, and he stated that he really likes to see our idea grow and potentially partner with him as well. And next is Republic Parking. So actually our mentor, Anthony Vale, who's in the picture as well, all the way on the right, he has connections to Republic Parking, which is one of the largest parking management companies in North America. So we're actually going to be getting in contact with Republic Parking in the following week to call them and touch base with their idea as well. So here's just an example of what we can see with sPark. So this is the parking lot at Woodfield Mall. It's in front of the Texas, Brazil, and PF Chains, which is a very busy parking lot area, especially on the weekends. So as you see outlined in red, these are the normal parking spots that we see on a daily basis. And especially on weekends, there's absolutely no chance of individuals finding spots because it's always packed. However, with sPark, we're going to reserve those 15 spots right in the front, and we'll have sPark-specific users only. So then users can simply click on one of the spots that they wish, they pay a small fee, and then they come in and park, and that parking spot is theirs. So no one else will take their parking spot, and these individuals have the luxury of choosing when they want to park whenever they want to.
So what makes us different from like other parking apps? We're the only company that offers this in Illinois currently, and it's just an innovative new way to park instead of, let me go to the slide. This is my park. They're based in New Jersey. So you can see this is a real idea. It's been validated. They are expanding on malls in the East Coast, and it's basically the same functionality as
Yes, so
ours.
they're using the same function as you see, so users will reserve their spot, and when other users, when there is no parking spots available, this sign will be raised up. However, when the user comes into the spot, this sign will lower for that individual, making only that individual who paid for the spot come in, and that spot is theirs. It's very simple, but very effective.
Other indirect competitors, I'm sure if you guys have ever been to any major city, you've used Spot Hero. It's a parking garage app, so it gives you discounted prices at parking garages. And then Valet. Woodfield Mall does have a valet service, but when we talked to the general manager of Woodfield Mall, he actually said it's the lowest ranked valet service in all of Illinois. And actually one of the cars was stolen from there. So I know if you're like me, I don't like other people driving my car, plus if I have valuable items in my car, the valet is actually not insured to insure those items if the kid
And that's
stolen.
exactly the benefit of sPark, as you stated. So what sPark allows is the same benefits of valet parking, however, we're making it faster and that the individuals can do it themselves. So as far as how we're going to make revenue. So the fee for one spot would be $3 for 1 hour, and it's a renewable fee. So individuals can choose if they want to park 2 hours, 3 hours, and it stacks on top of that. So users reserve the spots, which can be 6 months in advance. So let's say there's a holiday season like Black Friday shopping, which there's absolutely no chance of finding parking, especially at a mall like Woodfield Mall. So users can reserve that specific spot for that specific date and time. So let's say Black Friday does come. Users can simply not have to worry about all the other cars waiting in line. They just simply go on their spot, they go in, they do their shopping, and then they can come out. It's as easy as that.
In fact, on Black Friday, there were 3 different accidents just caused by parking, so we want to try and mitigate that.
So it's not only an efficiency concern we're having here, but we're also trying to look out for the safety of parking as well. So here's a year 1 revenue projection based on this single lot alone. So we're going to have 15 spots here, and it's $3 per hour as mentioned earlier. So we did an average of 2 rotations per day, which is just a very broad general, liberal guesstimate. And then so we did $15 times $3 per hour, which would be $45 within this one full lot. And so we did 2 rotations, which would be $90 per day. We multiply that by 7 days per week, which would be $600 at a weekly rate. And then we multiply that by 4, which would be $2,520 for a monthly rate. And then, of course, we multiply that by 12, which would be 1 year. And so for 1 year, in this single lot alone, we can see a revenue projection of $30,240 for that single spot alone. And keeping in mind that Woodfield Mall has 5 major parking lots.
Now, we have a total addressable market of 231 million people. That's 75% of all people in America. So we have a serviceable addressable market of 300,000. So we took into consideration some of the factors. We have household disposable income of 70,000, which we felt was a good benchmark for people who buy a parking spot. And we also had another factor. Obviously, you have to be able to drive to park, so we have an age limit of 16 plus. And We also have another factor. We're based in the Chicagoland area, and that's where we're going to start for our first year. So that's around 9.5 million people. And so then we broke that down further, and we have a market share of 300 people, which is 0.1% of our total our serviceable addressable market.
So now we're all here to take the initial investment. So right here, this would be our barrier we've used in the ground. This will lower and raise anyone that comes in. It will say no parking. We'll have our sPark signs up there for advertising. So we're trying to buy 2 of these barriers just to learn the ins and outs of how it's going to work, and we're going to try and test it out at Woodfield. We actually can screw this in the ground, so the barrier will not be able to be removed or anything like that. We also want to ask for the 2 sPark signs, so anyone that pulls up, we can use it for advertising. They know that it's our company that has these signs out there. We like to get a web domain to help our website be easier to find and more noticeable. Business cards, very easy to hand out, very easy to advertise for. The brochures, we actually got an offer to do an on-site interview at the mall. The general manager said they never do that, like ever. So he said that he would actually liked our idea so much that he would give us an on-site interview. So we were going to use the brochures for the interview at Woodfield, the on-site interview. Business cards too can go with the brochures, hand them out. It's a good way to advertise
Exactly.
for our
So
company.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
expanding upon what Cody said, so the general manager Kurt Webb, he stated that he would like to give us an on-site interview. So we're gonna have the ability to go to Woodfield Mall, and we're gonna have the ability to set up our own booth for sPark itself. We'll hand out brochures and business cards, which will be a part of this MVP, and then we'll tell them about our idea and see how these customers like it. And as far as Kurt Webb, the general manager, is concerned, he just wants at this point to see how many people want this in their mall, because he definitely sees the benefits of this application, this business, and he just wants to expand upon it as well, which is what we're trying to do as well. And then this parking barrier, it just serves as a proof of concept. So obviously, if we do roll out eventually, we're gonna have customized sPark barriers, just like the direct competitor of MyPark does.
Also, I'd like to add, once we get the parking barriers, we want to try and offer a free service to people to try and validate our idea, and so we receive feedback on how it works. So, yeah.
And that is sPark, so we thank you
Thank
for
you
your
for your
time.
time.
Good job.